06D, discuss proposed budget.
Okay, did WLBA have a budget in their packet?
Yeah.
Right. All right, then I'm gonna give this is what the WLBA board had for WLBA. I don't think one got put in the packet. All right, ready? Anybody else want one? Doug?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Just know that these are just drafts and they're undoubtedly going to change before they finish. And then the SAC one, hot off the press, right, Frank?
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm going to list everybody. Okay, budgets are due April 15th. We have to post and have a budget hearing sometime before that point, and then we need to approve the budget after the budget hearing at a regular board meeting. So both boards need to get through that whole process in the next month. These two budgets are based off of last year's budget. We've made no major changes. So for example, SAC had a cash reserve levy of $50,000 and no voted PEPAL, plus the at-risk of $120,000 roughly. Those are in there. WLVA had no voted PEPAL, had $200,000 in cash reserve, and had about $120,000 at-risk program. Those are in there. So basically, we built these budgets off of last year's with no radical changes. We need to come up with a process tonight. It'll give you a week or so to review these and then either get back to a couple board members that can meet with Frank and I, or schedule a work session to meet with us so we can get something that we can publish by late March and have a budget hearing in April. So, both tax rates are down from current year, maybe 50 cents or so. Frank, does that sound about right?
Yes.
And SACS, just as this sits right now, SACS is at about $11.75 and WLBA is at $12.15. So this is kind of awkward to say, but there's very little for the boards to decide anymore on a budget. These come pre-populated from the state, about 90% of it or 95%. Your major decisions are cash reserve levy. For SAC, it's voted PEPAL or not voted PEPAL. For WLVA, it's the instructional support levy, which I have left in as it was in last year. And the at-risk allowable growth money, which we've already voted on in December to do. So just grab one or the other. The front page, notice of public hearing, it's just a 3-year summary. The back of that is another page, it may not be identical, so there's another page called adoption of budget and taxes. Looks like this right here. That's just a breakdown of the proposed property taxes. And then you'll find 6 pages that go sideways. And there's 2 for each year, 2 for 2011, 2 for 2010, and 2 for 2009. The 2009 pages are populated from our certified annual reports that were sent to the morning. So that is the data that the Department of Ed has on record, and it's just copied onto these pages. The information on the 2010 pages is what you approved a year ago. And the information on the 2011 is what we would propose for the upcoming school year. All right. I think I put at the back of the package what's called the aid and levy worksheet. And it's about 6 pages that look like these. And it's how the state determines how much money a school district can spend. And then after it determines how much we can spend, it tells us how to rate it through property taxes and state funding. On all 6 of those pages, I think there was 4, maybe 5 places that we could actually put information in. The rest is all populated by the state. And they're the very things that I just mentioned to you. PEPAL, voted PEPAL, cash reserve, at-risk allowable growth, and instructional support. So,
And you said SAC had a PEPAL, but Wall Lake Auburn has an income surtax?
yes.
Is that? and
Instructional support levy.
What was the
That's your
question?
instructional support levy?
Yes.
Okay. For how many years?
The 2011 year will be the last year.
For the instructional support levy? What about the PEPAL? Where are we at with the PEPAL?
Ours runs out the last year, ours runs out the last year before we actually consolidate. So it'll run out, when we become ESAC County, ours will have expired.
Same with the
Same thing.
instructional
Okay.
support. And that'll be,
A bit better for the new board.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, probably sooner instead of later. Like April.
So, okay, on your finance statements, you showed that there was PEPAL money for Wall Lake Auburn.
Right. There's 2 types of PEPAL levies, okay, that both go into the PEPAL fund. There's a voted PEPAL, which can be up to $1 or $1.34. Up to $1.34. SAC has the authority to implement that because it was voted in. WLVA does not have the authority to put that in. There's a regular PEPAL of 33 cents that can be put in any school district in Iowa by board action. And both boards sitting here tonight put that in last year, 33 cent levy. Raised about 40,000 for SAC and maybe 55,000 for WLVA.
Last year was the first year that we only did the .33. Every year prior to that, since they voted it in, we did the extra $1.
Yeah, last year was the first year we didn't
We didn't
exercise
do
that
that.
option.
We ended up putting that, basically, that money into the at-risk
Yes, dropout prevention.
dropout prevention.
Allowable growth.
Our tax rate basically stayed the same, we just levied it in a different place to spend it differently. Because the silo money was coming in at such a big rate that we figured it was.
And the general fund, the
The way to go.
at-risk allowable growth, the dropout prevention moves into the general fund to help pay expenses out of that general fund related to at-risk and dropout prevention. And like Brent said, when you've got silo money, then both districts have seemed like they've had adequate money to be able to, for allowable uses within silo, like equipment and building repairs and renovations and that sort of thing.
So what line does the silo money show up on, John?
Silo won't come on this one.
It's a tax. Pretty sure it's kind of, I guess I don't know the answer off the top of my head. Let me look. I'll find it.
Revenue.
I don't think it's part of the budget because that's a state-funded
It's a state deal.
sales
It's
tax,
extra money.
statewide sales tax issue,
So you don't even include it on here as revenue anywhere?
Look online.
it comes into your resources, but it's not a levy.
Well, no, but it should be on your,
If you look on the sheets that go this way. Yeah. On page 2, the capital projects. And that's where that fund falls, is under capital projects. It looks like the revenues are on line 8.
Should say that 305,000 for
See that, Julie?
it's going to be on line 8.
Yep,
When
it
you're
would carry
there.
forward to line 8.
Yeah.
I hadn't
but
found it,
I'm
but-
not- I must be right.
$290,000 for staff, line 8.
Yeah. So 310,000 is what we actually got in 2009 from our PEPAL, or from silo, correct? That's what we're saying?
Mm-hmm.